Alright, this is the squish band jig that I set up this morning. How I came onto this is I was watching the Novice Lumberjack's channel on YouTube. I actually quite enjoy watching his channel. And he mentioned that he had been talking with Cajun work saws. And he also has a YouTube channel. And the Novice Lumberjack was trying out a recipe that had been given to him by Cajun. And so that led me to Cajun's channel. I liked what I saw, no pun intended. And so I commented on some of his videos on the topic specifically of blowdown. That's kind of what I was learning about at the time. And then after watching some more of the Novice Lumberjack, he had mentioned that the timing numbers on a 545 Husky was 105 on the exhaust and something like 15 or 12 degrees of blowdown, and the saw was an absolute torque monster. So I changed my direction of inquisition or learning directly right to blowdown and figuring out how to shorten it, what the pros and cons are. I'm still learning a lot about that, but anyway, that got me talking with Cajun, and he recommended that I learn how to increase compression. He mentioned several ways to do it. I don't have a lathe, so he led me onto this idea where you take a hacksaw blade, you cut a groove in the piston, then you modify the hacksaw blade with a hand file to fit in the piston as flat as possible, right? And I tapered the ends so that the lower part here will not scrape the plating on the inside of the jug, and it's within a foul. Like, I took my time, I fouled off a tiny little bit at a time, and it fits perfectly. Take your time with this if you are going to try it, and warning, be prepared to lose your piston and your cylinder. This is a junk piston, but the one that you're running in the saw, because if you make a mistake, you're likely to cause a lot of damage. One of the main mistakes you can make is not using this corner to cut the very inside of that squish band, because if you use it or leave a lip right there, the top of your piston will catch that and you'll snap off a ring gland and yada yada. So anyway, I'm going to attempt to take 30 to 40 thousandths out of this squish band right here. You can see it's pretty, not very pretty, OEM squish band on a 372. This is a junk cylinder that has some chips in the plating below the exhaust that I just decided to see if I could get it to run, and I did, and I put some boost ports in playing around, and now I'm going to put a 268 piston in without base gaskets is the goal. And in order to do that, I need to raise the squish band 30 to 40 thousandths. Get yourself some cutting lube. I'm using chain wax for a dirt bike. I don't know if that's the best thing to use, definitely not, but it worked. So yeah, I'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so an important thing to do is get a baseline measurement so you know how much you're taking off. I already measured from these 2 points because I'd say they're the evenest. They both measured the same at 2 inches, 2.8905. So now with that measurement, I'm gonna make my first cut. And you want to make sure you apply constant pressure as much as possible and force it down. If you need to stop, move your hands. I found move your hands, keep applying pressure, and continue. Stop, constant pressure, and making sure to imagine that corner up in there. I want to hit the top of that squish band right up in the corner by the cylinder wall. Okay, I think we just made a complete rotation. Oh no, we got hung up. So see, we missed a spot right there. But that's a nice clean cut. So I'm going to try and clean that spot up. Okay guys, here it is. My phone ran out of battery last time, so I don't know if I got all the footage. I ended up taking almost 55,000, something like that, out of the Squish band. I'd say that's pretty skookum. I ended up within 1,000th each spot, around 18 thousandths of Squish all the way around. Yeah, I'm gonna get this back together, time it out, and see where we're at, and if I like the numbers, I'm gonna do the rest of the assembly and run it. Right on.